Mr. President.
The second briefing after the just concluded Federal Executive Council. This is the second one this year, and a number of decisions were reached that will go a long way in shaping our economy and the processes of governance going forward. I want to thank you for coming all the time to listen to us. This is in line with, like I say always, the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in ensuring that credible information is given out to the Nigerian public. And in turn, government is expecting that members of the media will also report policies and programs of government responsibly, honestly, and truthfully. Like I said, the Federal Executive Council meeting just got concluded. It started first with the swearing in of a commissioner of the National Population Commission from Lagos State. After that, fake proper got underway. There is a landmark decision that was taken by the Federal Executive Council today. Recall that in 2012, the administration of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan instituted the so-called Oronsanye report. It is aimed at rationalizing the federal government parastatals, agencies, and commission. Now, a paper was turned in 2012, but the implementation got stalled. Again, in 2021, almost 7 years after that, the former president, President Muhammad Buhari, also initiated a process to consider the 2014 white paper on the Oronsanye report. Again, the implementation of that also got stalled. Now, instead of the rationalization that Oronsanye report was aimed to achieve, many other agencies and commissions were established. So in a very bold move, today, this administration under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, consistent again with his courage to take very far-reaching decisions in the interest of Nigeria, has taken a decision to implement the so-called Oronsanye report. Now, what that means is that a number of agencies, commissions, and some departments have actually been scrapped. Some have been merged, while others have been subsumed. Others, of course, have also been moved from some ministries to others where government feels they will operate better. Like I said, those scrapped include the Pension Transition Arrangement Directorate. It has been scrapped. The National Senior Secondary School Education Commission is also being looked at with the aim to modify some of its processes, and a final decision on that will be taken. Now, at the end of this exercise, we are going to give you a clean copy of all those agencies that have been scrapped, modified, subsumed, or moved to other ministries. Like I said, this is a very far-reaching decision. It is aimed, one, to fine-tune and to restructure government operations as a whole. Second, in line also with the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to reduce the cost of governance. Some of these agencies you will discover, and as you know, are performing almost very similar functions. So government thought it wise that there is the need, since this committee had already been set up, white paper already been produced, to take a bold decision to visit that. That has been done fully today. I have with me the Special Advisor to the President on Policy Coordination, Hajia Hadiza Bala Usman, who is actually in the forefront of ensuring that this has been achieved today. And Mr. President thanked her and her team for taking us this far. Of course, there are other decisions that have been taken at the Federal Executive Council, decision bordering on education, works, the digital economy, and my colleagues will take these items one after the other. At the end of it all, we're going to entertain questions and comments from members of the press, but I would want to plead that you please keep your comments, questions, and suggestions to those things that we have discussed today. I would want to first and foremost invite Hajia Hadiza Bala Usman to give us details of those agencies, commissions, and parastatals that have either been merged, subsumed, moved, or scrapped. But like I said, it will not be exhaustive now. We will still have a clean copy that we will distribute to members of the press. Thank you very much. It's not functioning.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister, for the overview. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to quickly go over the items that were discussed and consequently approved at the Federal Executive Council. One of the key areas, as the Honourable Minister has mentioned, is the fact that our administration has taken a very bold step towards implementation on aspects of the Oronsanye Panel report, which speaks to mergers, subsuming, scrapping, and relocation of parastatals, agencies, and commissions of federal government. This is in line with the need to reduce cost of governance and ensure that we have streamlined efficiency across the governance value chain. We would go through quickly the list of agencies that have been so earmarked to be scrapped and their functions moved to ministries and agencies, and those merged and those to be subsumed. For agencies that are required to be merged, I'll take it. National Agency for Control of AIDS, HIV/AIDS, NACA to be merged with the Center for Disease Control in the Federal Ministry of Health. National Emergency Management Agency to be merged with the National Commission for Refugee Migration and Internally Displaced Persons. The Directorate of Technical Cooperation in Africa to be merged with the Directorate of Technical Aid and to function as a department in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Infrastructure Concession and Regulatory Commission to be merged with Bureau for Public Enterprises. Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission to be merged with Nigerian Export Promotion Council. National Agency for Science and Technology and Science and Engineering Infrastructure to be merged with National Center for Agricultural Mechanization and the Project Development Institute. The National Biotechnology Development Agency to be merged with the National Center for Genetic Resource and Biotechnology. The National Institute for Leather Science Technology to be merged with the National Institute for Chemical Technology. The Nomadic Education Commission to be merged with the National Commission for Mass Literacy, Adult Education and Non-Formal Education. The Federal Radio Corporation to be merged with the Voice of Nigeria. The National Commission for Museum and Monuments to be merged with the National Gallery of Arts. The National Theatre to be merged with National Troupe of Nigeria. The National Meteorological Development Center to be merged with the National Meteorological Training Institute. The Nigerian Army University, BU, to be merged with the Nigerian Defense Academy to function as a faculty within the Nigerian Defense Academy. Air Force Institute of Technology, also to be merged with the Nigerian Defense Academy to function as a faculty of Nigerian Defense Academy. We now move to the agencies to be subsumed. The Service Compact with Nigeria Servicom to be subsumed to function as a department under the Bureau for Public Service Reform. The Border Communities Development Agency to be subsumed to function as a department under the National Boundary Commission. The National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission to be subsumed into the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Allocation Commission. The Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution to be subsumed under the Institute for International Affairs. The Public Complaints Commission to be subsumed under the National Human Rights Commission. The Nigerian Institute for Trypanosomiasis to be subsumed into the Institute for Veterinary Research. The National Medicine Development Agency to be subsumed under the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development. The National Intelligence Agency Pension Commission to be subsumed under the Nigerian Pension Commission. For agencies to be relocated, the Niger Delta Power Holding Company to be relocated to the Ministry of Power. The National Agricultural Land Development Agency to be relocated to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. The National Blood Service Commission to be converted into an agency and relocated to the Federal Ministry of Health. The Nigerian Diaspora Commission to be converted into an agency and to be relocated to the Federal Ministry, to the Ministry of Finance. In addition, Mr. President constituted a committee that would work within a 12-week period to ensure that the necessary restructuring and legislative amendments that are needed to ensure the full actualization of these approvals was granted. He tasked this committee with an immediate terms of reference to proceed and ensure all of this are done within a period of 12 weeks. The committee membership comprises of the following. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation will chair the committee. The Head of Civil Service of the Federation, member. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, member. The Honorable Minister of Budget and National Planning, member. The Director General, Bureau of Public Service Reform, member. The Special Advisor to the President on Policy and Coordination as a member. The two Senior Special Assistants to the President on National Assembly are members, and the Cabinet Affairs Office will serve as Secretariat. The committee would look at the administrative restructuring and also the legislative amendments required to ensure the full implementation of the recommendations. There are other aspects of recommendations that have also been passed to the committee to relook at. It's important for us to appreciate the bold approval granted by Mr. President at the Federal Executive Council. This has been a recommendation that has been, I think, in the Nigerian discourse from 2012. We're here in 2024 and it's so been approved, and the aspects that are applicable to mergers, as I said, subsuming and scrapping and relocation of agencies are those that have been so considered arising from the totality of the panel report. So I thank you all for listening, and I look forward to any questions for clarification. But the minister said, so it's not this committee, they're members. They're members on the Committee on Social Investment. Yes, all right, thank you.
Details as what this entail, but it is important to note that the fact that the Oronsanye report has been approved and adopted by council today does not mean that people will lose their jobs. All those who are employed, whether they have been moved, subsumed, or scrapped, will find accommodation within relevant government agencies. Nobody is going to lose his job as a result of that. It's important that we make that very clear. Again, apart from the Oronsanye report, there is also a decision taken by council today. Recall that about 6 weeks back, early in January, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu set up an interministerial panel headed by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy to review the affairs of the National Social Investment Program. Today, the committee has finished its job. About 6 ministers are involved. Like I said, the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy is the chairman. It had the Minister of Health, Minister of Budget and National Planning, Minister of Information and National Orientation, Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, and the Honorable Minister of State for Youth. They were all members of that committee. All of them served in that committee, and the report has been submitted. An interim report, actually, a final one is going to go to Mr. President. It has been submitted today, considered by council, and submitted to the President. I will now call on the Honorable Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy to discuss some of those aspects that were discussed today that are of relevance to Nigerians to know.